Hello there and welcome back to my videos. In this video I want to speak about how you can working with the Express as a Node.js framework called the REST API and based on the TypeScript. And then I will show how you can working with middleware inside the Express framework. I'll make a very basic one where you're basically just printing some console log out, and then I will make one more where you can change some request variables. You can use it later in the other routes. Middleware, it's a way where you communicate every request will hit this middleware, so what you do in the middleware will taking effect on everything else. That's the purpose with the middleware, and I will show how this is work. Thank you to subscribe to this channel by clicking on the thing in the right corner in the video below, and then I really hope if you have any questions, please make the comments below. I'll try to answer you as fast as I can. Thank you so much, and let's start into code. The first thing we're gonna do should be to create a new folder called middleware. Inside the middleware we want to create one file called logging, and inside the logging we will create the middleware mw logging, and then we want to create a function. We have the request, it could be any type, and then we need the response, could be any type, and then we have the next, could be any type. And then inside here we want to say the console log, and the console log should be middleware logging, and then we want to say next. That's the function. And then we basically just need to export the default and export out. Then you have creating basically first middleware, and you're not in use right now. So we're going inside here, and below the JSON we just say app use, and then we need the middleware here. And you can see we are imported here with logging. And if we're going back for the postman, then we can just fill out here and go back to the code. And you can see the middleware first, it's logging, and then you hit the request method. We are hitting inside the root, where if you've seen the videos from the previous one, then you know what we're speaking about here. So that's what we're going to do with the middleware right now. But of course, you can do a lot more about just console log everything out. So let's make the next one. It could be to change how the request time is and how this is taking effect. So let's do this. The next one should be create a new file in the middleware folder, and this one we call request time. And then we just go inside here and say that, and say middleware request time. And this is a function too, and we export the default, and this is the function we want to export. And we need again a request as any type, and the response should any type, and the next should be any type. And what we're gonna do here, it's basically just say request, and then request time. Then we overrule the request time if it exists. So if you basically do something like body, then you will overrule the body tag, so I will not recommend that. Take care about that one when we need to use it. But it could be something like from the header. You can use it for the access token. If you want to log something inside, then you can take the header up here and manipulate with the new headers and then send it inside the system. I'll not show this in this video, but that's just one thing you can do with the middleware. And then we say the new date here, and going down I want to say console log, and we log it out here, and I want those, and say middleware request time is equal to and request time here, and then we say next. If you don't use next, then this will stay and hang because something is going wrong. So you can use it here to basically catch up the error and say something is wrong here, so stop. So if something is wrong in the middleware here, you can just say stop and return like 404 if it's not found or something else. This is up to you to be a little creative here, but that's how this is working. Let's go back to this one, and I'll just say app use again and say middleware request time, and then we should have the import for the request time as we have it already here. So let's going back and make a request and going for the code, and now you can see we have the request time. The first one, I'll just make this a little bit bigger. The first thing you can see, we have hit the middleware logging because the middleware logging is the first one, and then we hit the request time, it's equal to, that's the second one, and then we go into request method get. That's the third one we want to hit. So if we take care of this one, let's give it a bit more, and going inside the root here, in the root, and going for the index, the main root, and we replace this one and say request time, and take the request time out, reload it up, and going back for the postman and send it up again. Then you can see we have the method get, and we have the request time called what we get from the log here, but it depends because it needs to be the JSON friendly, so that's how we can make the time as JSON friendly. And this is if you want to print it out, it should be this one. And Central European Standard is because it's here. I'm from Denmark, so that's my time zone. So I will recommend you to always have, if you're working with time, always use it in UTC, because then you always expect it in UTC format, and then you can convert it for the format you want. Enough about the time zone. You are finished, and you basically have worked with middlewares, and you are ready to work even more about that. Remember, my code will be found on the GitHub, and you're really welcome to make like comments below in the comments field. Share this video if you want, like it, I really hope you want, and then subscribe for my channel by clicking on the link below in the right corner on this video. Thank you so much, and don't forget to visit my GitHub profile. Found the links below in the description. See ya, bye.